Good morning everyone, welcome to an episode of Fishing with the Captain. Doing something a little bit different today, not out in the water. Absolute shit house with the restrictions, so complete lockdown. I'm literally a dog in a cage, just wants to get out and go fishing. I actually had a massive road trip planned 3 days before the border shut, so oh well, I'm gonna cop that on the chin, but there's actually a lot of things that I want to do on the boat regarding like lighting, some wiring, and actually there's parts of the floor that I want to redo. I've got the time, might as well just regroup and do those bits now. A few more electronics at the front of the boat as well, mounting brackets, ram mounts. Do a bit of, get you guys along the show, because I know this is sort of the time to be dicking around and doing all the shit on the boat when you don't want to be doing it when you can get out and go fishing. So, no, well, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. Then a bit of demo work as well, a bit of a replacement of like hinges, some hatches, bit of a modification to the way it was, changing a few things, because after using it for a while, you start to realize where things go, what's better and what's not to have in certain positions. So I've well and truly had a great feel of how it was and tweaking a few things just to make it suit better to my style of fishing. So, and just the way everything flows through the boat and where I want things. So, well, gonna get it going, gonna get these on the boat and give you guys a look. First thing I'm gonna do is grab all these hatches out, all these panels, the existing panels. Yeah. As you can see, this is one of the original lids. This is actually one of the aluminium lids for the live well. It's inside the bench seat. As you can see, the original bench seat when we bought the boat. It's been cut out, and because it's foam filled, it acts like a bit of an insulator. So yeah, that's going on there. It's not attached at the moment, so I'll just stand that up there. I'll keep that, I won't change that. But as you can see, like, it's basically an insert. I could lift that up. It's basically the big tub, got this lip running on the outside and it just sits inside, and this lip holds it above. It also acts like a waterproofing, so water can't run in between the live well and the bench seat. And then here as well, the way I did have it, water could splash out at times, and it would hit the lid, but then it would eventually just like trickle and make its way down there. So I'm gonna fix that. Basically, I've got crank battery, 24 volt, the lithium here, and my fuel tank. I only run like 22 litre tank, and that does me heaps. Because it's like having a bigger motor, you can run it on, get up on plane and use less revs and use less juice overall. But nonetheless, got this all cleaned out. I'm gonna redo all this, and I'm gonna carpet the face here, got all that. So I've got all these panels out. So the timber I'm using is a form ply. No, it's not marine ply. Personally, the weight of marine ply is close to 3 times of this form ply. I'm using 17 mil, just the way it works out. 17 mil works best for my situation. Just got an 18 by 12, 1200 sheet. This will do the back. That's all I need it for anyway. So, but yeah, form ply, it can take moisture very well. It's sealed. It's actually A grade marine sealant inside it, whereas marine ply is AA. Still got the characteristics and like the rigid, like the stiffness and the structural integrity of marine ply wood. Marine ply is obviously that little step up again, but again, my boat's not in the elements 100%. Like you can see, I keep it in the garage. Most days it's beautiful weather, but even then, if it does rain, I don't care, because realistically it dries out pretty quick, or it gets dried out really easy. So the full perimeter first in one sheet, and then I'll just chop it up to wherever I see fit. So now let's, I want to get measuring and get cutting. So we're going to do measure center. $1800 sheet. This should be 900 to the T. Perfect. 900. So what I want to do is everything I want to measure off center out, not off one end, because obviously it's running out 40 mil down to the back. That's one thing a lot of people don't realise is aluminium boats, not every boat is built square. So you've actually got to measure at intervals, or, you know, especially aluminium, it bows and flex, especially when they weld it. So I know from the middle to the back, it actually gets a little bit skinnier at the arse end by 40 mil overall. So I'm going to measure from the center and out, so not just cutting a square piece. Alright, now I've got size cut, literally the perimeter. Now what I want to do is literally mark out the hatches where I want it to sit. It's going to take a bit of doodling. I've been playing it on my mind on how I'm going to do it, but we'll see how we go. Sawdust everywhere. So what I've done now is cut the perimeter around, notched out everything for cabling and everything, just roughly at the moment. I will be getting a hole saw bit and running a bit hole, round it off and put a big piece of conjube down to hold all this cabling. Run through, even notching out little reinforcement parts. What I've actually had to do, the hole that was here running for my fuel line and my steering, my power pole, everything is now bundled up. I've had to disconnect it. I'll just take it away. What I've actually done, get that piece away. As you can see, the power pole pump just there. I've had to disconnect the lines to pull it up, back up through the hole. So I've just done that. Done that, and yeah. So that's the next thing to do. I'll cut that hole out. Actually, battery went dead without me knowing, so I've actually gone and I've already measured, cut the live well out, lid out, all the compartment lids, as you can see, and just got the carpet that I'm going to be using, some pieces to pack them out, just make sure everything sits where it needs to be, ready for the sheet. Just slip that in there. Glove, and get these two pieces of carpet back to back. Just slot them in every gap between each panel, and just see how tight it is. If it goes in with a just slight amount of force, then it's spot on. So you want it to go just nice and perfect, just with a bit of tension in there, because otherwise you're just real loose. So what I'm going to do is again, bit of force, it's in there. And this side as well, they're in there. So again, nothing's moving, everything's nice and firm. I haven't screwed anything down, and it's actually just sitting there nicely at the moment. So what I've done now is I've added 3 mil trim all everywhere, all framework except for obviously up here, because that is the 3 mil lip here that I'm trying to pack out to. It's become level with that now, so the timber will be flat from this point right across to here. This is the lip that holds the live well in place. And also I've got this L angle here that I didn't explain to earlier, which is also 3 mil. That, if you can see, 3 mil, it sticks up. Which is the same level as this. It goes across. What that is going to be, it's going to be a hatch, and then that's going to be the fixing point for the hinge there, and also a hinge here for the live well lid on this side, and yeah, same for that one there. So now I've just got to finish taping it up, and then yeah, get a coat of primer on it. So I'm not too fussed what's either side of the live well, because that is going to be a permanent fixing point. There's not going to be any, this is going to be permanently mounted. This panel here around the live well, it's going to be permanently fixed, so it's not going to be ever moving. So I didn't bother making it too tidy with the packing out there, but the rest is all neat and tidy because that's going to get exposed. But yeah, Right, I'm going to get a coat of paint on this, and I'll see you after that. So I've got the areas primed. I'm just going to let them dry for a bit. Probably just give it a full hour or two at least, and I'll come back and have a look. So it's about an hour quick dry primer, but I'll give it a bit more overnight if it has to. But now I've got it all sprayed. Just the areas that are going to be coated in the color or in black. So now I'm just going to let it sit for a bit, because after I do spray it black, the most important part of the black part is actually, I want to spray is the inside, the actual framework, not so much the top surface, because what I've got going on the surface is some EVA tape, which will actually like a bit of a softness barrier, like it'll soften the, when you're standing on it, it'll feel a bit softer, and actually a bit more like a seal as well. So, and it'll hide all the screws, all fixings, and it'll look nice and tidy. It'll come up to it nice and clean. I've gone now through, and yeah, I've just made sure that I've got all, the biggest part for me is the insides, not so much the face, it's more the say the face of that, the inside of all the railing, so inside there, inside here, so when the lid comes off, that's what you'll see. You won't see this, like I said, with the tape that's going over it. So that lip there, the face, that little lip around the live well, you'll see. Yeah, so no, it's turned out pretty good, pretty clean, pretty happy with it. Just trying to be careful, it's still wet. There's no runs, it's just pretty tidy. If I was doing this on a big scale, like say the whole boat or whatever, I'd definitely be ripping everything out and giving it a massive coat, giving it a real good thorough. But this is just a quick sort of deal, and I'm not too fast. I'm not doing any overspray or anything like that. It's all neat and tidy. Literally, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of metal that are getting sprayed. So it's not over the top. So it's just a piece of piss, little quick job. But no, just got to let this dry. I'm probably not going to touch it for the rest of today. Actually, I won't touch it for the rest of today. There's nothing else. I want to leave it completely. Next thing I want to do is put that EVA tape over and carpet the panels. That's still to go. Then hardware. So yeah, very good. We've made sure everything fits well. I don't have to, literally there's no more cutting of any more timber, apart from later on the fit off with the holes in that. But apart from the actual panels themselves, they're very much done. I'm happy. Placement's good. I've put the pieces of carpet all in between. Everything fits snug perfectly. The hatch is open nicely. Yeah, I pretty much, I think I've accounted for everything. And yeah, it just sits nice and flush as well, even at the back and the sides. It is the following day, so this is like day 3, I think, between coats of the paint, the primer, and the colour itself, and yeah, just a few other modifications. But if there was pretty much a bare hull without a live wire or anything, you'd probably smash it out in a day. We're at the stage now where everything's dried. Really happy with the way the paint come up. Picked up the carpet, got the glue, but first I'm just gonna dismantle, take all the cardboard out, all the tape, and yeah, get a good look on how this come up. It looks pretty sweet, pretty schmick. See the exciting unveiling of how good the work was actually done. She's all nice and blacked out. Come up pretty tidy actually. Minimal overspray. It's alright, I'm not too fussed, it's going to get covered anyway, but this looks beautiful. So one of the next things I've picked up to do is I've got this neoprene tape. It's one-sided neoprene tape. What I want to do with that, I'm actually going to run it across. Oh, you just got to peel that white bit off, and that's the adhesive part. And it's black neoprene, or like wetsuit material, the EVA. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that across the top of all the sections there, all the tools where the lids will make contact with, and that'll actually give like a nice little cushion when you're standing on it, and also acts like a bit of a seal too. So this is 3mm. I've allowed 2mm just because I know this will compress a little bit. So yeah, no, that's all right. I'll get onto this and show you what it looks like. And really all I want to do is each section, measure that out, bring it all the way, cut that, cut it. And you can pick up this shit from Clark Rubber. I've used it before and it works a treat. Just looks a lot tidier too to hide, so screws and rivets and everything as well. So if I just fold that, try to keep it center as possible. Looks a lot cleaner. I've gone around, put it on the edges. I've also done here around the live well, so when the lid shuts, the flooring that comes, it'll be fixed off to that point, and the lid will just finish there and around there like that. So that's it, guys. Just a bit of a recap. Cut the panels out and everything, sprayed the floor, and we also got the EVA tape on it. So pretty much now what's left is to carpet the flooring, ready to install it, and then obviously followed by hinges, any other hardware fittings. I've got some stainless grommets and stuff to let any cabling in and out of the floor, just to tidy it up a bit so water doesn't pour in. But I'll show you that, guys, in the next stage. I was going to make it all into one, but it's dragging out to be one massive clip. So what I want to do, I want to cut it here. And then join me for stage 2, where we continue the build and yeah, try and finish it off. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you guys watch this far, please, it is a massive deal if you do like and subscribe. Give us any comments or whatever, anything, any builds that you guys are doing, or anything you guys want to see up and close that potentially you're doing in your boat. I'd be happy to show you the way I've done it. It's not the way, but it's just a way that I've gone and done it, and it's working for me. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Fishing with the Captain. Till next time. Thanks, guys.